Hello and welcome to another video. Firstly, a quick shout out to my brother at Nexus 7 for the tracks that you can hear. I've left these details in the description below if you're interested in his music and want to hear more. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe and hit that notification bell for future updates. It will really help this channel to grow. So with that out of the way, I'm a big fan of shooters and action titles and acquired Division 2 on PC during the Lunar New Year sale. I did this for ease of capture and because I'm finding myself leaning more towards PC gaming, only really using my console these days to play Destiny 2 with my mate and brothers or to nerd out on some anime. Today I wanted to discuss my thoughts on Division 2 and a little on my history with the game. There are supposed to be big changes coming that will hopefully revitalise the game. Is it too little, too late, or is there still time for the game to be saved? Let's look back at how the game started and where it is almost a year on, and if the upcoming changes will be enough. The capture in this video is a mix of PC, Xbox and vids that I've had to download from Messenger, as I have had to remove the original capture from my Xbox, so apologies in advance if some of the capture is a bit grainier, but there is only a few of them. I joined Division 2 a week or two after launch, and since then I have clocked over a little over 30 days combined playtime over my two characters on console and 41 hours on PC by the making of this video. I played mainly with my clan, which comprised originally of my manager and friends that he'd brought over from Division 1 and my youngest brother. They lost interest fairly quickly and moved on, but I continued to play with one of my friends, a fellow clan member, until work and house renovations pulled him away from the game too. When we started Division 2 we had a bustling group messenger, where we would plan get-togethers or upload stats, post game capture like the clips that you saw a moment ago, or gloat over legendaries that we may have picked up. Now it's a ghost town. One of the main problems that my manager had, which was echoed by many other players in the community at the time, was a lack of build diversity. He would often reference Division 1 at the time, stating how you had so many different builds that could match your playstyle. This would drive you to push to complete that mission for the 100th time to get that one piece that could complete and elevate the build that you were working on. How you could build a solid support build to keep your team alive, or a tank to soak damage for the team. He even spent time getting the hardwired set together at the very beginning to see if that would improve skill builds, but alas, it did not. In Division 2 at launch, the only viable playstyle was straight DPS, with skills being so watered down that they just weren't viable at all. High-end items covered mask, holsters, chest armour, backpacks and knee pads, but only required 3 pieces to unlock the set bonuses. These primarily covered 3 specific slots, with the exception of 3 sets, as you can see. Set armour covered all 5 slots and required all of them equipped in order to unlock all the perks. Needless to say, as you can see in the stills, the brand set slots overlapped in a lot of instances. This meant that you couldn't build uniquely to your style and had to resort to cookie cutter DPS gun builds. Additionally, the 5-piece gear sets were weak and almost pointless to use besides 2 or 3 piece bonuses on one of the sets specifically, and in some raid instances. As the community died so quickly, we were not able to get into the raid, as we never had 8 people on at once and we aren't fans of pug groups. RNG worked against you here too, as you needed to hope that you had the right stats at the right level from a huge pool of drops. It was well covered on many a YouTube channel at the time that the chance of getting the piece that you wanted was in the point percentages. The optimization station would only allow you to change a stat of the same colour, and crafted gear was a total waste of time at max level. On top of this, as there was a delay in the launch of World Tier 5 and the raid, it meant that everyone had to re-farm their optimised gear and fall back into the clutches of RNG while you farmed gear with a point percentage chance all over again. This led to many people holding on to items and hoarding them just in case they might come in handy for the optimization station somewhere down the line. A quick look at the Division 2 forums dating back to June, a mere 3 months after the launch, helps paint a picture of this. Thankfully this has all since been resolved with the gear set reworks, which allow you to wear fewer items to unlock the perks in the form of 5-piece sets, with those perks being more impactful and targeted towards specific builds. Brand sets have been unlocked to drop for all slots, making it far easier to mix and match. The combat clips you've seen is me using an unoptimized brand set mix, boosting skill and to a lesser extent gunplay. The mission I am on is in challenging difficulty and I'm playing it solo, and I'm holding my own. Finding gear while still in the grasp of RNG is far easier to locate now with the recent updates, allowing you to target specific brand sets, weapon types and mods. The optimization station is also letting you change the stats to any colour alignment you want now, which is a vast improvement. The other glaring issue with Division 2, and still is the PvP. Whilst this doesn't affect me as much as I'm more of a PvE player, it is the straw that broke the camel's back where my manager is concerned, and many others in the community. Unlike Division 1, the PvEVP action took place in one area, the Dark Zone. Division 2 reduced the number of people that could instance in and created 3 zones, splitting up the community. Coupled with the lack of diversity in builds, conflicts turned into a repetitive slog of progressively longer queues as the player base dwindled. Unfortunately, unlike the gear grind, not much has been done to address this issue besides PvP balancing and obviously the diversity changes. Another huge issue with the game at launch was a lack of exciting repeatable content. With RNG being the hand that controls gear, there was no real incentive to continue smashing the mission that you may have done innumerable times. Division 1 has Survival, a PvEVP mode with mechanics that had people coming back for more, and despite the countless cries of the community, Massive Entertainment have outright confirmed that this mode will not be returning. Despite this, me and DZK Undecided continued to play the game up until December of last year, before the repetition and life pulled us away from the game. Monetization in Division 2 comes in the form of cosmetics and Season Pass. The Season Pass gives you early and instant access to new specializations. It also gives you early access to the upcoming content. I do not mind this, however, as I'd be damned if I was going to be bothered to farm the quests that were required to unlock the specializations. The content it gave you access to, however, felt like a bit of a rip-off. 5 classified missions. All they offered you is crafting materials, audio files and a decoration for your bag, and you won't really feel the need to go back and do it again. Luckily, I got the Ultimate Edition for £15 on PC, meaning that I get the Season Pass thrown in. However, the Season Pass was £30 on its own on the Xbox. The other form of monetization is emotes, character and weapon skins that you can buy outright using premium currency, or Imperial caches, which you can also unlock using the aforementioned currency. You used to get Imperial keys each time you leveled. This included the Imperial event keys. Since I've returned to the game on the PC, I've noticed that you only seem to get these once every 2 or 3 levels. Less so for the Imperial event keys. I only have 3 keys in the clip that you can see at the moment, as I logged into the Xbox for the first time in a while for capture purposes. This is an online game, so looking cool can be big in the eyes of many. Hopefully it is just a glitch and not an insidious attempt to get you to reach into your wallet. Bugs were and still appear to be rife in Division 2. The capture you see is from a mission that me and DZK Undecided did back in October. Luckily, the enemy that got stuck in a wall was able to be killed, unlike the ones in the next clip, which caused me to have to restart the whole section again, as it broke the section of the mission and made it uncompletable. The capture that you see now is from a few days ago on PC, and had the door not been open, I wouldn't have been able to complete the world mission. Massive Entertainment have already confirmed that they will be addressing the RPG mechanics of the game, also changing the gear stats and the way that the optimization station works. It sounds like they'll be making the gear more similar to Division 1. The reason I haven't optimized my gear yet is because there is supposed to be a cap increase and a total rework of the stats and talents coming this month. Episode 3 will have you returning to New York, the stage of Division 1, however not in the winter, but to face Black Tusk and the return of the cleaners. It is thought that this will be launched at the start of Year 2. I will cover the changes as they arrive, but more needs to be done if they wish to claw back all the players that they've lost. PvP needs to be revitalised for the players that are into it. Sorting gear out is fine, but if you're already fed up with the content that there is, this will not be enough to retain people. All we can do is see if Massive can phoenix themselves out of the situation that they've created. If not, this game will remain on the decline, and future Division titles will be dead on arrival. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and until next time, thanks for watching.